And now what I will do, I will remove all this auto-generated code and I will write it this way. Import, first we need to import our material design, so import material dart. Now add void main, and inside this curly brace we need to add our run app, and this run app has an app, and this app is new material app. Okay, and in here we need to define our home page. That means when our application will open, which page we want to run. So right now we don't have any page, so what we need to do, we need to create a new page. So go to this lib folder and just right click and create a Dart file, and I can call it home page. Alright, now in this home page, first we need to import our material Dart. So home page, new material Dart, and I would like to add a stateful widget, and we can define our class name as a home. Okay, so now you can see it will give us two methods. One is for class extend and this build widget. Okay, now go back to this main.dart. First we need to import our home page, so home page dart, and in here we need to define our class name, so new home. So this home is this home class that we have just created. Okay, so now our application is ready. So what I did here, I just separate all this code. This is our main functionality, main.dart file. In here I added a class name that we are going to open when our application will open, when our application will run. Okay, so as simple as that. You can also work it on a single page, but I always like to do it in different page. Okay, so now first I would like to change this container to a scaffold widget. We will work inside our scaffold widget. So a scaffold widget. So for our application, first we need to have a app bar. So we need to define this app bar. App bar is going to be new app bar, and app bar has a title, and we can call it, and title obviously a text, so new text, and we can call it material design. Okay, now we can choose a background color for our app bar. So we can choose background color, and color is going to be colors dot, I can choose what can I choose, I can choose maybe red accent. Okay, now if we run our application, we will be able to see our app bar. So hit the run button, and before that I would like to add, I also need to add, as you can see, now you can see our app bar and our app bar title, that is material design. Now if you want to add two buttons inside our app bar, two icon button, then what can we do? We simply need to add a new property, so action. So app bar has a property called name actions. So action has a widget of property, and inside this widget we need to add our icon button. So new icon button. Okay, this icon button will give us two parameters, one is icon and one is on press. So inside this icon parameter we need to add our icon that you want to add inside our app bar, and this on press function method for take any action when user will click any of this icon. So I will show you now this way. Okay, so icon is going to be new icon, and this one has icons dot, we can choose search icon, and for now I will just add a debug option, so debug print, and in here we can call it search. Okay, now add one more button, so new icon button, and in here we need to add our icon. So new icon is going to be icons dot, we can choose this add button, and for on pressed we can add debug print, and we can choose add. Okay, so now if we run this application, we will be able to see our two icons. As you can see, one is search icon and one is plus icon. So if I click this search icon, and if I open our terminal, then you can see search, and if I click this add button, then you can see add. That means our app bar icon is working. All that. Now what we need to do, so for example, like add a navigation drawer. Okay, so this is our app bar, so we can comment out it here, int app bar, and after that we need to add drawer. Okay, so for adding a drawer we need to use we need to use a drawer keyword. So drawer, this drawer keyword contain a new drawer. Okay, so inside this drawer we need to add a child of widget. So if we can run this application, we will still able to see our navigation drawer icon and this page, but we can't see any data. So if you want to add a list of data inside our navigation drawer, we need to add a list view. Inside this list view we can do it. Okay, so navigation drawer contain a child. This child is going to be new list view, and list view has a children of widget property, and in here we can add all this data. So for example, we need to add a navigation drawer header where we will add a background color and our name and email. Okay, so Flutter give us a property and it's called new user account drawer header. It gives us two parameters by default. One is account name and one is account email. Okay, so for account name it should be text, new text, and we can call it code with YDC. And for account email we can choose new text and we can call ydc@gmail.com. Alright, now if you want to add a background color, then we simply implement our decoration and new box decoration, and inside this box decoration has a lot of property, but right now we don't want to use all of them, so just we need to use color. So color is going to be colors dot, we can choose red accent. Alright, now if we run this application now, then we will be able to see this background color and this text and this email address. Okay, now it's time to add list of data. Okay, so this is our user account drawer header, and after that there is a property called new list style, and this list style contain a title, and this title is going to be our list title name, new text, and we can call it first page. And if you want to add icon, then there is a two option, one is leading and one is trailing. So if we choose leading, then we need to add leading contain a icon. So new icon, we can choose icons dot search. Okay, and if we change the color of our icon, we can choose color, it's going to be colors dot, we can choose green. Okay, so now if we run this application, we will be able to see this icon and this our title. So there is a two option for adding a icon inside a list of tile inside a navigation drawer. So there is the option leading. If you choose leading, then your icon will add at the left side, but if you choose trailing, then you will see icon in right side. So as you can see, icon in right side. Okay, so it's depend on your requirement. So right now I would like to choose leading. Alright, so now copy this list of tile few more time. You can choose it second page and change the icon. For example, this one for title, change the color, it's going to be purple, and add few more time. So this one is going to be third page, this one is going to be fourth page, and this one is going to be fifth page. So change the color and search is going to be album. Just I'm adding some random color, purple. I can choose a tab icon and add yellow color. Okay, now if we run this application, then we can see our list of item. Okay, now do one thing, add a divider. So new divider has a height, and you can choose 10.0 and choose a color. Color is going to be colors dot black. Okay, and after that add another list style for close, new list style. Title is going to be new text, and we can choose text close, and for this time choose trailing. Icon is going to be new icon, and this one is going to be icons dot, you can choose close icon, so close. Okay, so now if we run this application, now you can see this close button and this icon. Okay, so now there is still a problem. So as you can see, our navigation drawer is ready, but if we click any of this item, our navigation drawer is not closed, and the reason is that we did not add on tab method. So if you want to collapse it when user will click this close button or any of this field, then what we need to do, there is a method called on tab. So we just need to implement this on tab, and inside this on tab you need to add navigator dot off has a context and dot pop, then it will be work perfectly. Okay, so now if we run this application, now open the navigation drawer. Now if you click this close button, you can see it collapse, you can see, but if we click any of this item, it will not work. So what can we do? We can simply copy this and paste it for all of this list style. Okay, all of this list style, paste it here and here. Okay, now if you click this first page, second page, third page, fourth page, maybe we did not add it on fourth page. Where is fourth page? Okay, so all done. Okay, so now do one thing. Now it's time to work for body part. Okay, so now first, this is our drawer int, so we can comment out here drawer int, and in here we need to add a body. So inside our body we will use a list view, and inside the list view we will divide it into two parts. At the bottom part we will add some horizontal image, and at the top part of C field we will use some circular icon and text view. Okay, so we need to add new list view. List view contain a children of widget. In here now we can use, so why we are using this list view? We are using the list view so that we can scroll this data automatically. So if you use this list view, then we can scroll data. If you have as multiple data, then we can scroll it very easily. Okay, so first we need to add a new container. So new container. Okay, container should have a height. Okay, so we can define 50.0. okay, and all right, now first we need to add it. Now we need to use here a column. Okay, so child is going to be new column. Column has a children of widget, and column has a children of widget, and in here we need to do, first we need to define a new row, and row has a children of widget. Okay, so this row will repeat one by one inside this container. Okay, so first we need to add a new container. So we can comment out it here row int. Okay, so now add a new container, new container. Okay, so first what can we do? This container will contain an icon, so we can add a margin as insert all. We can choose 10.0. we need to add a padding. Padding is going to be as insert all 10.0. okay, now we need to add a child is going to be new icon, and before that we need to add border radius, so we need to implement decoration. It's going to be new box decoration. Box decoration has a property called radius. Border radius is going to be new border radius dot circular, and inside the circular we need to add it's not like this, we need to choose border radius dot all, and I can choose now we need to choose this radius to circular and choose 19.0. okay, so we just created it, and if we add a color, sorry, we need to add this color inside our box decoration. So color is going to be colors dot, you can choose purple color. Now if we run this application, we will be able to see this color. Now as you can see, we can see this. Okay, but right now we need to add, now inside this container, after this box decoration, we can add a child, and this child will contain a new icon. An icon will have an icons. You can choose icons dot, I can choose search, and color is going to be colors dot white. Colors dot white. Now if I run this application, now as you can see, our background color and our icon. Okay, so I think it's working perfectly. Okay, no problem. So this is our first row, this is our row. Inside this row, our first element is this container, and this container contains this background color and this icon. Now add a comma, and we need to add another container. So new container, and inside this container we will use our text view. Okay, so first add margin. You can choose margin 15.0 dp. Margin, oops, we need to add as insert all. So as insert all, you can choose 15.0. Choose some padding. As insert all 10.0, and now we can add a child, and this child will contain a new column. Okay, new column has a children of widget, and inside this widget we can add our data. So first add a text, new text, and we can tell it, we can add it total search result. Okay, add a comma, add new padding, as insert all, and we can choose 10 or I can choose 7.0, and add another text. So new text, and you can call it 50k plus. Now if we run this application, and we will be able to see this text. Okay, so this icon, this text, and this data. So let's do one thing, change this total search result font size. So add a style, it's going to be new text style, and font size, you can choose 20.0. okay, now we can see this result. And for this also add a style, it's going to be text style, and it's going to be font size, it's going to be 18.0. okay, so now you can see this result. Okay, so I hope you understand what we are going to do. So let me explain it again. So we have a container first. So inside this container we have added a column. Why we have added a column? Because we need to add multiple time of this row. This is a simple row. Okay, this row is total this row. Okay, so inside this row we have two container. One container contain this background color and this search icon, and another container contain this two text view. Okay, so for first container, what we did here, we have added margin as insert all 10 dp. Why we have added this margin? We added this margin because we need to add some space between this left side corner and top side corner. That's why we added this margin and padding, and we added a decoration, and decoration contain a box decoration, and inside this box decoration we added this purple color, and this color we can see this color. So we need to add this box decoration just because of if you want to round this background. Okay, now we added a simple child icon. That icon is here, so you can use any icon or any data. Now second, inside this row we have added another container, and this container contain this total text view, this total to text view. So inside this text view, if we, maybe you know already that how column work. So if we want to add vertically data, then we need to choose column. So this one is our first column and this one is our second column data. So for this container we have choose this margin just for a space padding, then we choose a column, and inside this column we added two text view, and we added this padding 10 dp just because of I would like to add a space between these two total search result to this 50k plus. Okay, so that's why I have added it. Now do one thing. So this is our row, and this is our second container, and this is our row. So after this row I think we need to add a divider. So new divider, okay, so choose height and choose 10.0 and choose a color is going to be colors dot black. Okay, now if I run this application again, then we will see a divider. We will see a divider, but we can't see a margin between this, and the reason is that I think we need to add margin for this total container. Okay, so add a margin and as inset all 10.0. okay, now I think it will work perfectly. Now you can see a space. Now the total data is contained this row, okay, this row. So we can, what can we do? We can simply copy this divider and row. So copy this total row, all right, and now paste it here and paste it one more time. Now if I run this application, and we can't see three data because we have added a small height 250. So instead of height 250, what can we do? There is a solution. We can choose media query dot of context dot size dot height. So what does it means? So if we choose a height media query dot of context dot size height, that means it can add as much space this container need. Okay, so we don't need to define a specific space for our container. So what we did here, we just added this media query dot of context dot size dot height, and it will understand that this container need a space that much data this container has. So now if we can run this application again, and we can see our data. Okay, perfectly. So now what can we do? We can simply now as you can see, we can scroll this. Okay, so now what can we do? We can change this color and icon. So this is our first row, and this is the second row. Instead of purple, we can choose red accent color, and instead of plus icon, we can choose title icon, and for last row, instead of purple, we can choose orange color, and instead of search icon, we can choose album icon. Now run this. Now you can see this is nice looking. Okay, now in here, that means, so we have added a list view. Inside this list view we have added a main container, and this container is contain this total data, this three field. Now we need to create another container for adding our horizontal image scroll list view. Okay, so how can we do this? So as you can see, if you look inside this list view, so this is our body new list view, and this container, this is our new container, and this container contain whole list data. Okay, and after that we need to add another container for added for work for next option. So this is our first container, and in here we can comment out here first container. Okay, now in here we need to add another container, new container. Okay, we can choose a margin as insert all is going to be 10.0, no problem. Okay, now this container will contain also a list view. So child is going to be new list view. So child is going to be new list view, and list view has a widget of children of widget. Okay, now in here we need to set the direction, scroll direction. So scroll direction is going to be horizontal. So you can see there is a lot of property. So we can choose axis dot horizontal. That means we can scroll the data this way. Okay, left to right, left to right. Okay, now first what we need to do, we need to add some images. We need to add some images for our application so that we can show it. So open your pubspace.yml, and in here you can see the image assets this file. In here we need to add this. So before that, what we need to do, we need to create a new folder. So right click at the name of the project. So right click, and we can choose a file, or no, you can choose a directory, and it's going to be asset name. You can choose any name, assets. Okay, and inside this asset we need to post all these images. So I will choose to add all these images that I have added. So I can simply copy this, and in here you can paste your all these images that you want to add. So inside the asset folder, here you can see I have added 10 images. Now inside this Flutter, and you can see use material design true, and after that you need to add all these image field name that you want to add, otherwise it will not work. So first you need to add assets, then add a dash symbol, and in here you need to add your assets name, assets, that is your folder name. Okay, add a /, then you need to add your app directory. Now in here you need to add your image name. So for me, my image name is a.jpg. okay, so this is the first image name. So I can simply copy this and paste 1 more, 2 more, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now I can change it to, so this one is B, this one is C, this one is D, this one is E, F, G, A, G, H, I and J. Okay, now go back to the home page. You can see get dependencies. So I will choose tools, Flutter, and you need to just do this Flutter package get. You need to do this. There is a version problem. I don't know which version you are using, but for me it's worked like this. Okay, now all done. Now this is our container for adding our images. So we added a margin, and we added a list view, and we set the direction to axis.horizontal, right? All right, now in here first what can we do, we need to add a container. So new container, we need to add a margin as insert all. We can choose 10.0. all right, 10.0. now in here we need to add a child property, new clip r react property. Okay, remember that property name is clip r react property. So why we are using this clip r react property? So this clip r react give us a very easy and very simple way to add border radius. So you can just simply type this border radius and new border radius dot, you can choose directly this border radius dot circular, and you can choose I can choose the height 18.0. okay, so that is, so it's as simple as that. You can see border radius, so that's why I'm using it. You can use some other stuff. There is a lot of property to do this thing, but I like to use this clip r react, and this will give us a by default border radius. You just need to define this, and what ratio you want to add for your circular. Okay, for me I would like to add 18 dp. Now this clip or react contain a child, and this child is going to be new image. Okay, and new image, and in here we need to define our image name. Okay, so image, and we need to add asset image. You can choose network image also. There is a property network image, a lot of property. So for us, for this project, we are getting images from our asset folder, so we need to import asset image. Okay, asset image. Now in here we need to add our name of our image location. So our image is under this asset folder, so AWS assets / in here we need to add our image name. So like our image name is a.jpg. Now add a comma, and after that in here we need to define our height and width for our image. So add height is going to be 200.0, width is going to be 200.0. okay, now what do we need to do? And don't forget to add this fixed, this fit, sorry, not fixed, it fit. So fit, you need to choose box fit.cover so that you can see the total image. Now if we run this application, hopefully we will be able to see our image. Wait a minute. And guys, if you like my video tutorial, if you like my courses, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to like, comment. Okay, so we can't see it here now. I think we need to run it instead of hot reload. Okay, what is going on? Why I can't see it here? Okay, so I can see a error. Package Flutter source. I think we need to did a mistake inside this pubg.image folder. Okay, run it again. Okay guys, so welcome back. We did a mistake, that's why we can't see this. So, and the reason is that in here we forget to add margin. So for a container we must need to define a height, not margin. So I did not add a height for this container, so we need to choose a height. Height is going to be as we can choose 300.0. okay, now if we run this application we can see, hopefully we'll be able to see. So here is our application. Now we can see our image and we can see the shadow. So and now problem is that here we can see now here you can see between this line and this image there is a big space. So how can you solve this? So go back to this first container, and instead of media query of height we can simply define a height for this now, because it's took full space. Okay, now if we run this, so we need to choose 350 for this first page, I think 450. okay, now we can see not 450, 400 will be work perfectly. Okay, so now you can see our image. So now in here what we need to do, so for container, so we have added a height. So this is our container for our image, and inside this image of container we have added a list view. We added direction, so horizontal, and in here we have added our first container, and this container has a clipper react and is contain this image asset folder. Okay, so now if we need to add multiple images, then we just need to simply copy. We can copy this container, copy this, and paste it here and change the image icon, add another, and this one is for C and this one is for D and this one is for E. So if I run this now you can see this image, and we can scroll it horizontally. Okay, so this is our application that we want to build. So I think that's enough for this part. I have successfully created this project. Okay, no problem, all working perfectly. So we can scroll it horizontally. So I think guys, that's enough for this part. And I have a Facebook group. If you want to join to this group, you can join, and I have some courses on Udemy for Android app development. Here you can see this is my course, Android app development course, build 5 real Android app. Okay, so if you want to enroll to this course, you can enroll it. For discount coupon, you can check it to description box. Okay, or if you need free coupon of this course, then you can simply join to my Facebook group. You will get group link in the description box. Then you can ask me for free coupon, then I think I can give you free coupon. This is my another course for real world Android app development course, build 10 app. There is another course for Android Office Task Management app. So if you want to buy, you can check it. For discount coupon, you can check it on description box. Or if you need free coupon, maybe if you have some money problem, then I am ready to help you. Feel free to contact with me. You can comment and you can join to my Facebook group. Okay, so I think that's it for this part. Thank you. See you in the next part.